Rabbi walks into a bar and then he becomes the rabbi of the bar.
Charlie Schwartz is the co-founder of Lair House in Somerville and serves as the tavern's rabbi?
Rabbi just means teacher. So, this is a Jewish tavern and house of learning, and so we're always learning and teaching here, and so in some ways it's a natural place to be a rabbi.
Bringing together food and knowledge, Schwartz says this unusual model is the world's first.
It's a place where you can get some amazing Jewish food from pulling on flavors from across the Jewish diaspora and learn about the Jewish tradition. We have classes running almost every night. We have a library of almost 3,000 volumes of Jewish books ranging from religious texts to graphic novels, cookbooks, philosophy, and fiction.
After opening in March of 2023, Lair House made a splash, landing on Esquire magazine's list of the best new restaurants of the year.
And we're seeing just an incredible amount of joy and excitement about both the food that we're putting out and the drinks that we're serving, and also the sense of hospitality that people get when they come here. People really sense a feeling of home when they come in and welcomeness.
And while diners of Jewish heritage will find their favorites, Schwartz insists this is a place for all to gather.
You don't have to be French to go to a French restaurant, so you don't have to be Jewish to come to a Jewish tavern. This is a place that really is open to everyone and puts forward the amazing Jewish stories that exist out there and in a new light, whether that's on the culinary side or on the learning side. This is our Jewish Wall of Wonder. It has some great Jewish scenes as well as some famous Jews when they're roughly the age of folks in the neighborhood.
Creativity comes out in the kitchen where Chef Noah Klickstein creates his version of kosher classics.
That comes with a lot of constraints in itself. It is a lot more than just not mixing milk and meat because we are a dairy restaurant, therefore we have no meat.
Like this take on chopped liver, which is actually herring tartine.
I grew up having herring in the fridge all the time. I thought it was the grossest thing ever. My dad would have herring and wine sauce and herring and cream sauce. But now that I'm older, I love it and also keep it in my fridge.
I had to try the dessert.
This is a chocolate pave with arak caramel, some arak soaked figs, and caramelized cocoa nibs.
Oh my gosh, so what is arak?
Great question. It is an anise liqueur from the Levant, similar to ouzo.
I gotta get some of the caramel, right?
Oh yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Right?
It's amazing.
While Boston boasts a proud Irish heritage, more on that later, Jason Wattleton thought it was important to represent his Scottish culture.
Obviously, there's a rich Irish culture in Boston, which we love, but there's also a Scottish culture that's kind of on the underside, There's plenty there, and people love coming into a Scottish place.
In 2010, the Scotland native opened the city's only Scottish bar, The Haven, in Jamaica Plain.
I grew up in Scotland in a town called Stonehaven.
There are touches of Scotland throughout the space, grouse on the wallpaper and traditional tartans on the chairbacks.
It's got an elegance, but it's got a home feel as well. We've got little areas in here. We've got the whiskey room. We've got the snug that we're sitting in here. Trying to allude to a tradition in the UK that has, it's called a snug. It's usually 2 to 4 seats next to a bar.
Wattleton says the Haven sells more of the Scottish ale Belhaven than anywhere else in the U.S. Plus,
typically people's eyes light up when they walk in the door, and we have a tenant's tap just like beckoning them. It's lit up and they're like, you have tenants, Same goes for the Iron Brew, Scotland's best-selling soda that it outsells Coca-Cola in Scotland, believe it or not. Only country in the world where that happens.
And of course, they offer quite the selection of Scotch.
Being a Scottish bar, we specialise in single malt whiskey. We've got over 80 and 90 single malt whiskies from all the regions in Scotland, and we specialise in that. We also host a dram night every 2 weeks where we taste 5 different single malts.
Find traditional Scottish dishes, including the Wester Ross salmon and, of course, haggis with neeps, parsnips, and tatties, potatoes.
It's a lamb sausage. We've got some oats in there, spices, but it's a very traditional Scottish dish. The national dish, it's always neeps, tatties, and haggis. That's the trifecta on a plate. It's beautiful.
But Wattleton's favorite is the deep-fried Mars bar,
which is a delicacy unique to Scotland, and it was created in my hometown, Stonehaven. believe it or not. So there's a rich connection there. We took the name The Haven is a nod to the fish and chip shop that started that.
And Jason Wildton says his favorite night at the Haven is a Scottish tradition called a Burns Supper.
The Burns Supper celebrates the life of Scottish poet Robert Burns. Now, he actually passed away in 1796, but the Burns Suppers live on. They're celebrated on or around his birthday, which is January 25th. So coming up, if you're looking for a Burns Supper.
There you go. All right, still ahead, shelves full of memories.